thing was on this entire time. I might have to fix that. Hold the hell up. I had no idea it was showing this entire time. How y'all doing in the comment section? Unbelievable. Today is a bland day. I'm not getting all glammed up because I don't feel like it. So, it is what it is. Who do we still have in the house today? And I need to check something because this shouldn't have been showing this entire time. What's playing? Oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh, was this, the volume was on? Hold up. I'm just doing a playback right quick and figure out what the hell did you guys hear. So you actually saw me put everything in order. Well, okay, well, whatever. There you go. You got it behind the scenes. Unbelievable. I had no idea it was live this entire time. What else did it play? Okay, it didn't have starting. Okay, good. And then where did it stop? Okay. No, I see. Okay. I don't like that. That's creepy. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Sorry. I didn't like that. That was kind of creepy. Let's get on with the show. Just want to say hello, my truth seekers. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome. Welcome to the Truth Show. I'm Keisha, and I warmly welcome you to this live broadcast of the Truth Show. In this video, I will discuss the most recent updates regarding Trump's mental health, as there are concerns about his deteriorating condition. Oh yes. I will also discuss the most recent developments regarding Kamala's career, which have caused conflicts. Well, let me just take that back, okay? Let me rephrase that actually. Which have caused convicted felons to question her ability, because I'm noticing a trend here, convicted felons, okay, to question her ability to serve as president. Now is the moment for me to thoroughly explore, even though I did a whole video about her, Kamala's previous professional experience. I will provide you with an update regarding the Megarry family, which is my little combination of Meghan and Harry family and the royal family. Next, we will have the most recent updates regarding Bennifer, which is Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, and the involvement of actress Bennifer and Aniston. Oh yes. I will also provide a critique on Netflix film PATRIOT as well, to what extent it is based on facts, because it is. And if we have time, we can talk about Mansa Musa, who they're claiming the tomb has been found. I have stated that there's more to that story that I'm just not quite buying right now. So we're going to be talking about that. Here are your warnings.
Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting, or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy. This is a trigger warning. In this.
All right, fantastic. All right, starting off here, Who do we still have in the room right now? Do we have? Why do I even insist to go on live? I swear. I mean, it's not like I know who the hell is going to be on. I mean, I need to really consider just shutting down this channel. Shutting down all of my channels. I mean, that has really been coming into thought a lot more recently. I'm just going to be real here. Oops, that's the thing. Because I am getting very frustrated. Yes, I have been going full throttle with the hacker situation. So, that's another talk. I'm sick of talking about that anyway. It needs to be action. No more talk. No more talk. Okay? Now, again, discussions about Donald Trump's mental health have been a topic of interest and debate for several years. Various mental health professionals and public figures have expressed concerns about his cognitive abilities and mental state. I mean, he is an old man. I don't think you guys know Trump has some serious issues. But yes. I mean, for instance, some psychologists have suggested that Trump shows signs of cognitive decline, potentially indicating early signs of dementia. Which means dementia is when they kind of lose their memory and they stuck in a time frame, or they get major paranoia. Everything's conspiracy theory. They turn into a completely different character altogether. There are different types of dementia, okay? And they're saying Trump is giving signs that he may have early signs of that. I say it's late signs of that, but they're saying early signs, but whatever. Their words, not mine, people. Their words, not mine. Now, especially recently, whereas his speech is slurring and his rambling more than usual. He always rambling on about some crazy crap. He's not really making a lot of sense these days. And then his team, put like this, his team and his voters are really concerned about his mental stability. They may not. Can you guys hear me well? Hold on a second. Here we go. Sorry about that. I forgot my microphone wasn't even near me. It was literally at the end of my desk. But it was plugged in, but it wasn't, on me. So I'm surprised you guys heard me. Anyway, so regarding his legal issues, it seems that Donald Trump is seeking a delay sentencing in his New York criminal hush money case, the porn star. Yes. Apparently until after November 5th, the election citing election interference objectives, Trump, the Republican presidential candidate, is scheduled to be sentenced on September 18th. That is 2 days after the Justice Juan Merchan is set to decide on his bid to overturn the Manhattan jury from May 30th guilty verdict in light of the U.S. Supreme Court's landmark ruling on prudential immunity. Remember, we talked about this in our last broadcast. In a letter to Merchan dated August 14 and made public on Thursday, Trump's defense lawyers argued he should be given more time to potentially appeal Merchan's immunity ruling before being sentenced. You gotta understand, Trump is asserting immunity in the hopes of securing victory. I mean, I find it challenging to cope with Trump because he is so bothersome to me. I had enough of news about Trump. I'm so sick of hearing news about this man. He always got something to say. No one's ever doing a good job. Everyone is always screwing up. He's always right. He always have the answer to everything. Kamala suck. Biden suck. Obama suck. Everybody suck. Only people who are great is foreign leaders, like the leader of China and Putin. Anyone that's not in America, he is just not caring, or he don't care for at all. I am so sick of a man who claimed he want to do well for his country, but he hate his country. He doesn't even like the United States or the people in it. which is annoying. If you don't like it, then carry your ass over to Russia or China and see how well you have it, okay? You're going to be treated like a subordinate like everybody else there. It annoys me. I'm sick of hearing about the drama and us fearing for our lives. Oh, I got some more tea too, but you guys are going to be so freaking surprised that I have gathered up on what Trump got us into. I mean, it's crazy. You know me, I always bring the tea, for real. Very crazy, the stuff that I found out that this man has done. Very crazy. Oh, yes. I hope you're ready for that. Just a second here. Anyway. So, again, as I said, it's frustrating. His actions is very nightmarish, and it's driving me absolutely freaking insane. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you, and I know I'm probably pissing off a lot of Republicans. Trump should be incarcerated unless he should be incarcerated, okay? But I feel that something's going to happen. Unless he is involved in some nefarious activities that he's trying to hold off on. You know, like, I need to hold off a little bit because I got something planned, something real big planned. I just need to make sure all my ducks in a row. I'm starting to think that's what he's in line with doing. I hope not, but you know, Trump, when he involved, there's never anything good. You know he can't be trusted. You know he's responsible for the drama in Gaza. Yes, you guys, that's what I wanted to tell you. He is responsible for the drama and the chaotic craziness in Gaza because he dismantled the peace and treaty that Obama had implemented with Gaza and others. He tore it up. See, Obama didn't want war, so he ignited. He came to a compromise with Gaza and Israel. Okay, like, okay, we'll do da, but just don't kill my people. You know, all about the people. But when Trump got into office, he dismantled all of it. The peace treaty with Gaza, the deal we have with Israel, and the background check for guns. And what happens? The next president have to deal with the outcome of that. But the next president is blamed for it, not the prior president, which is what I told you guys in the first place. Okay? He is responsible for all this war that's going on right now. Trump did this. Okay? But you guys are still, not you guys, but there are certain people who are still trying to vote for this man for really ridiculous, selfish, stupid, freaking reasons. And I'm hoping by the end of this video, you guys get a clear indication and a picture of who this man really is. Okay? And I'm sick of trying to drill the truth into your freaking brains. Okay? Gosh, what would it take for you guys to wake up already? Just, drive me crazy with the stupidity. But here are some videos right here.
I haven't even woken up good, and I'm pulling up nonsense on my feed this morning. Let's talk about this. I don't know what mind control Trump has over people that has caused them to have complete amnesia. But let's go ahead and talk about the fact that the reason for what is going on in Palestine right now is because of Trump. Let's revisit this because it's weird. In Trump we trust. Israel and the Trump administration. This is in 2018. 2018, they are walking in the White House together. The Trump, Netanyahu, I apologize, I know I'm saying it incorrectly, strategy is revealed. This is in 2020. Did we forget what happened then? Did we forget? It seems so. Let's go ahead and go over it together. President Trump has good relations with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, certainly as compared to President Barack Obama. Gone are the days when the U.S. administration would chastise Israel for building more settlements in the West Bank or killing civilians in Gaza. Instead, Trump's administration has moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, cut aid to the Palestine refugees, ripped up the 2015 Iran deal, and otherwise embraced many of Israel's long-standing demands.
Told you.
The reason why this man is able to do what he is doing in Gaza at this moment is because of Trump. Because of Trump. Trump's muscular rhetoric and his administration's hostility to Muslims play well with the Israelis who felt Obama was weak, hesitant to confront aggressors in the Middle East, and eager to embrace Islamics. Trump's cozy ties to the Arab Gulf states advised the Israeli government strategy to build upon the interests it now shares with Arab governments to promote regional cooperation. AKA HR talk, do what you gotta do. I have interest over there, just like you have interest over there. So if you have to go murk them, go do your thing. And before you run your mouth and say, well, Biden and Harris are in office now, if you follow politics, you know whatever the previous administration does, the next administration has to deal with. The growth that took place under Trump was because of Obama's doing. The chaos that Biden is dealing with now is because of Trump's doing.
Yep.
That what Harris is going to have to deal with is because of Biden's doing. It is always the first term of the president is dealing with whatever the previous administration put in place or took away or changed or regulate or removed regulations over. You have two options right now in the United States election. You're either going to vote for this or this. These are your options, honey. And please understand, if you allow this man to get back in office, what is happening over there in Gaza will not only extend, it will happen here. Not just to the Muslim community, but also to black folks, and also to gay folks, and also to immigrants, or basically anybody that has a Spanish accent. This or this. This is a photo of them together at Trump's house having dinner this year, 2024. You can play dumb if you want to, but I strongly suggest you don't.
I tried to tell you guys. Now more people are waking up to this atrocity. Okay? You know, a lot of people are waking up now because apparently, I don't know what's wrong with people. I feel that we are in a freaking nightmare. Seriously. I don't know what to say about people these days. For real. I just don't. I'm flabbergasted about this whole thing. Seriously. Okay? Trump has shown time and time again what he's capable of. Okay? He has not veered off anything. He's only about himself. What'd you say? That's right. I hear loud and clear. She's right. End of the road. Yes. Yeah. If people continue to put this man on some kind of pedestal, more than likely, you know, we will come to the end of the world where there's constant wars, constant chaoticness, constant riots. We will be right back in civil rights times all over again. You know who would definitely suffer? The minority. That's the Hispanics, colored Negroes, Indians, Asians, anyone who's not German Caucasian. Only the German Caucasians would be the only ones who will suffer. The Jewish people will suffer. You know, so I don't think people understand the grasp and the intensity of you having to vote and voting for peace. The only thing we should be worrying about right now is what Kamala's wearing. That should be the headline news. Like, what is she wearing? What is she doing to her hairstyle? Who's making just stupid nonsense scandal? That's what we should be literally fussing about right now. And don't forget to share, you guys. Share. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share the video. But you're absolutely right, Angel. I'm going to see if I can pin your comment. Let me see if I can pin your comment right quick. Let's see. But yeah. No, you say that's why I'm scared of the end of the world. So when the world is about to end, my God, I pray that everyone find their way. I absolutely freaking agree. Absolutely freaking yes. But let's move on here. Now, here's some news about our girl Kamala, okay? Now, let's move on to Kamala news. There appears to be controversy surrounding Kamala's career, specifically regarding the incarceration of a significant number of individuals from various racial backgrounds. However, it is important to acknowledge, okay, the dissemination or dissemination, okay, of the message and rumor that was initiated by the Republicans. And I was kind of linked into this rumor, okay? That was only because I read about it. I didn't follow on to the bandwagon. I don't follow on to rumors. People give me rumors about someone. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I believe you because everyone else. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not my style. Just because you say it's terrible doesn't mean I'm going to believe you. I'm going to find out for myself if this is true. And then I'll come to a decision based on what the facts I find, not because you're doing it. I don't follow crowds. I'm an individual. I'm an Aquarius, okay? To the bone. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. So, this rumor about she incarcerating all of our colored people, whatever, that seemed to be the trend, especially with former convicted criminals. Okay? Those are the ones who have some kind of issue with her and her being a woman in general. We do have those chauvinistic, sexist jackasses as well. So indeed, she successfully incarcerated, okay, some individuals, okay, it's regardless of their racial background. She just didn't incarcerate colored people, okay? Okay. And when I say colored people who are indicated in the parentheses and the bracket and the subject and the name of colored is Hispanics, okay? Indians, and of course Negroes, blacks. We are considered colored people. And Italians who are in descendants of Hispanics. But they want to believe it or not, they are literally descendants of Hispanics. They can separate themselves all they want, but they're literally Hispanics. So when I talk about colored people, I'm talking about Indians. I'm talking about, of course, Negro, black people, and Hispanics and Italians. So when I say colored people, that's who's considered colored. We are considered a minority. And Asians too sometimes. But they sometimes get passes. Okay? That's who considered as colored people. Okay? But she incarcerated more than just colored people. She incarcerated anyone who was a convicted criminal. If you did something wrong, if you was dealing drugs or rape, she dealt with a lot of rape cases, okay? Or domestic violence, she dealt with a lot of domestic violence cases, okay? If they so happen to be of colored race, that is not her fault. So I think prior convicted criminals who are having this, okay, you convicted, what do you want her to do? You just got through beating the hell out of your girlfriend, dealing drugs on the street, having women sell their babies for a hit, okay? Among other things. And you want her to say, this because you my people, I'm going to give you a break? Give me a fucking break. No, I'm not doing that. And I think our people need to stop asking for handouts. If you do the crime, you have to do the time. And that's all it's to. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Don't do the crime. You have to worry about paying the time. Or whatever. However the phrase is. But you know what I'm saying. So, however, she diligently, I can't even speak today. Diligently arranged several programs during their time in incarceration. So even though they was incarcerated, she did become clearly aware, okay, these people need some education, they need to read, they need something to do while they're here just wasting time going freaking mental crazy. So what she did was she implemented a lot of programs for those who were incarcerated. She did a lot of good for our people, more than Trump has ever done. Trump only thinks about he and himself. Not even people of his kind or class. He don't give a shit about them. He is numero uno in his book. Okay? He don't give a damn about the other rich Caucasian. He don't give a damn about freaking Elon Musk. He talked about Elon Musk several times during freaking X, Twitter, all the time. He talks about anybody. Everyone is beneath him. He's the God of all gods, the kings of all kings. No one is above him but him. Okay? That's how Trump sees himself. Remember, he compared himself to God. He said he was sent by God. That was literally his freaking campaign video. That he was sent by God. And y'all want to vote for a man who claimed he's sent by God? Y'all need to check y'all mental capacity too. Because that is ridiculous. Now, here is some videos that will hopefully put your perspective about Kamala and what she did for our people and other things as well. But before I touch on that, I want to read this right here. This is from Meek Mill. We already heard about Meek Mill and his little duty with Sean Combs and his former relationship with Nicki Minaj, which we know why she broke up with him now, because they apparently they're like the same gender, and that's something she's just not with. Okay. So Meek Mill said, I want to ask Kamala Harris questions about her past as a DA. Even if she had to be tough, all I hear is rumors of her. I would ask her 3 questions about black and brown men going. He basically said he want to ask questions about black and brown men going to jail. Okay, going to prison. And her views on survival. Okay, now here's a little snip of what Kamala has done. Harris has implemented programs that allow non-violent offenders and low-level drug dealers better opportunities instead of prison sentences. Okay? So she did lay out path for these non-violent people. Like people went to jail for just selling weed or something, or armed robbery or some crap like that. You know, things that's not violent and ain't killed anybody. They stole stuff for means of survival, or they maybe have took some food or junk food from a gas station or a store because they were hungry. You know, something that's really not as violent, and something that really should be taking a really closer look at instead of just throwing the book at them. You know, so this is what she was doing. She can't help but to do her job. If you did a crime, unfortunately, she's going to have to, you know, do her job. What the hell? But she can still try to help you out so you cannot do this anymore. Okay? Only a woman can be that compassionate. And men, but mostly women. Men are like, fight, fight, fight. I want it, not take it. Not all men. Okay? But just saying, some men are like that. Okay? So that's what she did. She implemented a lot of she went after a lot of billion-dollar companies and getting a lot of homeowners money. She did a lot of things for our people. A lot of things for our people. Now, it was the Republicans who are pretty much running this little, I don't know, this campaign, a deframing campaign on Kamala, on just little things that they claim she done. Because they don't have nothing to go on, so they have to find something. And this is what they're finding, unfortunately. Okay? Now, here are some videos of individuals. Okay? Because apparently, if I put a video of my people up there, I get seriously lynched in the comment section. They call them all kinds of names and stuff. So here are people of a non-colored point of view. Okay? Not just my color, but other colors and races. Because apparently y'all will listen to them and not listen to my people.
We have some breaking news. It's just been reported that Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be introducing a policy to stop companies from price gouging and to lower the cost of groceries. This Friday, Harris is going to put forward a federal ban on corporate price gouging on groceries and impose stiff penalties in the food industry. The Harris campaign is labeling this bill as the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries, setting clear rules of the road to make clear that big corporations can't unfairly exploit consumers to run up excessive corporate profits on food and groceries. The campaign also singled out the highly consolidated meatpacking industry, noting how just 4 meat processors control the market and arguing, quote, the lack of competition gives these middlemen the power to drive down earnings for farmers while driving up prices for consumers. So Kamala Harris is putting forward policy to lower your bill at the grocery store and to prevent these companies in the future from artificially raising these prices. Seems pretty great, huh? Like Donald Trump hasn't put out any policy like this. He wants these billionaires and these big corporations to just run up the prices and make a bigger profit. Whereas Kamala Harris is looking out for you and your grocery bill. This is a great policy.
She's right about that
and a
grocery
great
bill. That
move
grocery
by the
bill is
Harris
ridiculous.
campaign.
I mean, oh my gosh, the amount of money that my husband and I spend on groceries is freaking ridiculous. Food is so freaking expensive. So freaking expensive. Oh my gosh, I'm glad someone is doing something about that because it's getting really crazy. So crazy.
Okay, there is a Chicago-based activist group that has put out an ominous video ahead of the Chicago DNC, Democratic National Convention. And it says, as home to the largest Palestinian diaspora in the country, we want to give killer Kamala, her partners in crime, and her future VP a warm welcome to our city. Okay. All right. This is me, Arlene, completely unfiltered because I'm just going to say it. Okay. Okay. First of all, the FBI and the Secret Service are already looking at this video. they are going to find you. They're going to find you because of the IP address that you used to upload that video. And sure, maybe you used a VPN and you're using servers all around the world. That's fine. They're still going to find you. They're going to come for you. They're going to come for your family. They're going to come for everybody associated with you. And they're going to figure out who you all are. And then they're just going to take you away. Because that's what happens when you threaten a sitting vice president or president of the United States. This is not some joke. Okay, so that's your number one problem here. But a much bigger problem for you is that you're going after the one person who can help you. Kamala Harris does not have any power right now. And so you're going to attack Kamala Harris as the reason this problem in Gaza exists. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's back up for a second here. Okay, Kamala Harris has no power. The United States has been an ally with Israel for a long time. This is not new, what's happening, but you're holding Kamala Harris accountable for it. And why are you doing that? You're going to alienate the only person who can help you. And while you're doing it, by threatening her like this, by threatening that you will be out in force in Chicago, demonstrating and potentially creating violence because you are being threatening in your video, what's going to come down on you? Not just from the police, but it's going to come from other Americans who are saying, you have to stop what you're doing. Because there's only one goal here. And that is to make sure that Donald Trump never sees the White House again. But no, what you want to do is you want to go after Kamala Harris. How can you be that stupid? All you're going to do is alienate the one person who can help you and alienate the rest of the Americans who already support you. And everything that you're concerned about, you have to understand, every single one of us has an issue that we want dealt with by our government, by our president, by our Congress. We all have that issue that we care about deeply. And what we're all saying is that we're going to put it aside just for right now and get behind the one thing that has to happen in America right now, and that is to make sure that Donald Trump never sees the inside of the White House again.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you've got this whole scorched earth policy where if you don't get what you want right now, it's fuck everybody in America because you don't care.
You really don't.
And you will end up with the president who cares less about everybody than anyone in the history of this country. No one has demonstrated a lack of care for the American people more than Donald Trump. And because your policy as this group is to go after the one person who can help you, you are putting in jeopardy every single American right now because Donald Trump is sitting there right now waiting to put Project 2025 into effect. You have no idea what's going to happen to you because you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to anything else that's going on right now that is going to harm you and the people in Gaza. But no, you want to go after Kamala Harris. Like, what do you think she could do for you right now? She has no power. But the one person who's going to have power if she's elected can help you. And instead, you're attacking her. Now, when you attack somebody, why do you think they're going to want to help you? You can protest all you want. But the truth is if Kamala Harris isn't elected, you can forget about what you care about right now. Because you're going to have a whole world of hurt in a way that you could never anticipate is going to rain down on you in the number of ways that it's going to rain down on you. And we are all fucked if Donald Trump is elected president. And all you're doing with all of this is moving things in a direction that make it possible for him to be elected. So what you are doing right now, by saying there's only one thing in the world that matters right now, you are alienating everybody and the one person who can help you. And you don't care.
Yeah, because people are
Now,
stupid.
what does that say about you? You're not helping the people in Gaza by doing what you're doing. You're actually hurting them, and you don't get it.
Preach, girl. Preach, preach. That was beautiful. I agree with her 100 and gazillion freaking percent. Okay? I don't know how many times we gotta say this, okay? Now, as we know, the criminals, you're absolutely right, Indra, right. Yes, yes, because she may not have any biological kids, but she do have that motherly nature and instinct. And you need a mother instinct or a parental instinct. No offense to my man out there, I love you, and fathers or whatever. But you need a parental instinct, especially a mother instinct, because most of us are fair-minded. We love men, women, whatever, children. And we need that kind of outlook on the world. Not so driven by violence and force and dictatorship. You know? Compassion is something that needs to be implemented in all of this. And I don't think that's being done right now. Okay? Because all we getting is violence, violence, take, force, shoot, bomb. Enough. Okay? Enough of this shit. Let's raise up the gas prices. Money, 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 money. I mean, God, no, enough of this crap. Just enough. I mean, in 5 years, most of these little old-fashioned Republicans would be dead anyway. But still, it's freaking crazy. Because we already know the criminals and bigots and chauvinistic and bullies are the ones disapproving of Kamala. Some agree with her choice. Some agree with her choice of a vice president. You know, that Waltz guy, who I was calling Harrison and Ford in my live show. I must have been really out of it. My gosh. I swear after the show, all I did is I went in my room and went straight to sleep. It was crazy. I'm like, I was saying Harrison and Ford. Why wasn't anyone correcting me? But anyway, some agree, the chauvinistic and bigots, they agree with her vice president choice. I am very suspicious of her vice president choice because he's giving me some narcissistic vibes. And I hope he's not going to try to steal the limelight. I was even looking at distributing promotion material like hats and shirts and stuff like that. I wouldn't dare wear that because I'm not trying to get killed, okay? But I was looking at some of her promoting material and they had his name bigger than her name. I'm like, a man had to make this. That's what I'm talking about. I was hoping she would have chosen a woman. But I know she chose a man to get the male votes as well. But I guess she should know that women outnumber men. But I understand her kind of marketing ploy about this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? No offense to my man, love you, but I'm just saying we do outnumber you, okay? But I know. Trust me, I know. The rent is going crazy freaking high. I mean, it's ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. Seriously. And the landlords are getting greedier and greedier and greedier. Trump want to get up there and give them free and clear to go high and high and high. Okay, you do that, you landlord. You would be broke because no one could afford to pay your rent. Greed always leaves the individual alone. Okay? Greedy people are miserable people. Only greedy people are miserable. They can say they're happy, but they're not happy. They're miserable. Okay? They're very miserable. The root of a person who's so materialistic, I can't even speak, materialism and materialistic greed and just love money, 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 the root of it is bitterness and sadness and depression. They're not happy. A truly happy person is not a greedy person. They don't want money, 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 money. They have compassion. A person who's not compassionate and a person who is so bitter and so unhappy with themselves, they only care about these superficial and materialistic things because that's the only thing they can get comfort from is money and make see people suffer because they want people to feel like how they feel inside, which is terrible. Misery do love company. Majority of these people die alone and hate it. You know, but whatever. Praying for them is not going to do any justice because a lot of them don't believe in God and Jesus, whatever heck you guys believe in. They don't believe in it anyway. So you praying for them is a waste of freaking of a prayer. Don't pray for goodness for these people. Don't pray for them to see the light either. Why don't you just pray for what you really feel for a change? Pray for they see the error of their freaking ways. How about that? Okay? More, because they're never going to see the light and they're never going to change. So stop praying for that stuff. It's stupid. Now, moving right along here. We're going to move on to a next story that's less headache. Megarry. You know I call Megarrys, they are literally Meghan and Harry. Meghan and Harry. I call them Megarry, okay? It seems that Meghan and Harry, aka Megarry, recently founded a support network for parents because of their experiences with online harassment. They want to use the platform to encourage internet companies and politicians to make greater efforts to protect young users from harassment. And according to the website, the purpose of their visit to Colombia was to make visible and tackle a problem that affects all of humanity today, and to tackle cyberbullying and discrimination on the internet that are issues that endanger the mental health of all people. Okay, which is a great thing. It is the couple's second official trip abroad this year. In May, Meghan and Harry visited Nigeria and West Africa. I covered that. And in the capital, Bogota, they were welcomed by Vice President Vanessa Marquez at her residence and so on. As you know, Meghan spoke openly about suicidal thoughts 3 years ago, whereas Meghan spoke for the first time about her suicidal thoughts during her retirement from the British royal family. In an interview with President Oprah Winfrey, she talked about this as well. Now, before the split from his brother, this is Prince Harry, Harry had worked with his brother William, on mental issues, like starting a program on mental issues. He worked with his brother on this. His brother tried to continue on this for whatever political fame reason. He really don't give a damn about mental issues, but whatever gets them publicity. But this was implemented and started by Prince Harry, but Prince William decided to continue on by himself, even though it was started by his brother. Okay? Now, the couple will be traveling to Bogota. I believe it's Bogota, I'm sorry. Bogota and Cartagena and Cali until Sunday. There, they will meet with young people, women, and managers in social professions. Okay? The Royals also want to meet with them in Colombia. And the Colombian team, they want to meet with the Colombian team taking part in the Invictus Games next year in February. Harry launched apparently the sports competition for war disabled soldiers, which should be seriously globally freaking viewed. This is amazing. To see our war veterans and disabled soldiers from around the world reinforcing and converting all of that energy, all of whatever handicap, who cares? It doesn't matter, to be joined in this sport of whatever they want to be joined in. He has various sports. It's a beautiful thing, and they really should broadcast this a lot more. I'm surprised other presidents, our president, I'm surprised he has not jumped on it. I believe he's a veteran as well. I'm surprised we haven't. I feel that we are not, well, our president anyway, in our political system, I feel that we are only not doing it because of our close relationship with the UK. Even though we may fight in the comment section with the UKers, we are still sister cities. We are still siblings. So we're fighting like siblings in the comment section. Us in the UK are literally like this. In terms of government policies, having each other back, we really like this. But we're fight like siblings because we do it all the time in the comment section. We still love them because they're our allies. We still love them. But we need to come to a common ground in terms of the people of the royal family, like Meghan and Harry. Okay? This relationship should not be stagnant and fickle because they are feeling guilty of lynching a serious slaughter fest against Meghan and Harry. Okay? We know the royal family is never going to admit what they've done. They never admit anything, ever. They just like to just, okay, forget it, sweep it under the rugs, and then hopefully, they can work together. If they can bring themselves to do that, I don't see them doing that anytime soon. They don't strike me as a mature kind of person who would stand up and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, Megarry's, for this and this and this. My apologies. I was this and this and this and this. Let bygones be bygones. Let's go ahead and do this and, you know, change whatever. That would be too mature for the royal family to do. They'd rather just dismantle their platform, you know, blacklist them, sabotage them behind closed doors, and continually lynching them in the media because talking crazy and dirty and seriously nefarious against Megarry is $1 billion industry. They bring in billions just for them making up these stupid freaking stories. Like that story where their, I believe a campaign manager or something who started 3 months ago and he was let go on a mutual agreement. The UK went with that and said they're always trying to leave. Okay, we're not going to talk about all the crew and staff that Kate went through consistently in 1 month at times. We're not going to talk about that. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this guy who started 3 months ago. He so happened to leave. Whatever reason he decided to leave is a freaking problem. I don't care. Okay? But whatever. But they needed some kind of bait because they're vultures. They're freaking parasites. They need it. They need negative. They feed on negative energy like some negative vampires. And it's kind of pathetic. That's why I hate talking about them on this freaking social platform because it's ridiculous. But moving right along here. Okay? But that's what they're trying to do. Prince and Harry and Duchess Meghan touched down in South American countries, capital Bogota, this morning and received a warm welcome from Vice President Francia Marquez, who coordinated the couple's 4-day visit. The Duchess greeted the Vice President and her partner Rafael Yarny Pinillo, with a personal gift. And during their talk, Marquez shared her personal admiration for Harry's mother, the late Princess Diana. Okay? Harper's Bazaar can confirm all of this. Okay? Now, the four then proceeded to sit down for an intimate tea and coffee hour at Marquez's residence before the world's busy day of the engagements. Now, during the sit down, the Vice President expressed that she feels she and the Sussexes share the same ideas and goals when it comes to championing better, safer digital future and mental health landscape for children and the world. Despite it being their first day in the South American country, Megarry have a jam-packed schedule. I'm surprised our presidents and our government not using these two. They should be literally part of the team for these programs. I don't know, make them part of some kind of team. Why aren't we in bed with these two? What is wrong with you freaking idiots? You know how much impact these two have? They are overseas getting great relationships, partnerships that we should be getting. Okay? You should be using these two. I know you have a little thing. Y'all got to be on neutral ground because the royal family has some beef with the Megarrys. Okay, that's their problem. I'm not going to be neutral because I have a country to run just like you do. I'm not. No. Why do you have to be... I can't be with them because I don't want to go. Fuck them. They don't care about you. Yes, in business, we're good. But this is business. It's not personal. It's business. Just saying. We should be seriously in bed with these two. We should be working with these two. Because not too long ago, she's Princess Kate now. Princess Kate and Prince Harry was down here and the visit was a catastrophe. They didn't even like him. People was picketing. They didn't like him at all. The UK covered it up. But they go down there and they get a warm welcome. Now, this is South America. This is part of America, by the way. But just saying. This is beautiful. I like this. I want to be a part of this mental health issue. I'm going to see what I can do. They need to get celebrities on this. And anyone who has been a victim of cyberbullying. This should be a global thing. I'm surprised Taraji, the Benances, the Kardashians. I'm surprised they haven't jumped on a bandwagon with this little mental health thing. This is a really good thing. A lot of people should be jumping on. This is a very good thing. I'm so surprised no one is jumping on this bandwagon. This is a very good program. I wish them nothing but the best. Okay. Oh, shit. Moving right along here. All right, I know you guys have heard about Matthew Perry. Listen to this.
Meanwhile, we've got some more breaking news that we're following that is unfolding as we speak. NBC News has learned that law enforcement officials have made an arrest this morning tied to the death of Fringe star Matthew Perry. NBC's Chloe Malas is with us now live from Los Angeles with the very latest on this breaking news. Chloe, good morning to you. What more can you tell us?
Craig, good morning. This is obviously an incredibly significant development in this investigation. Law enforcement sources telling NBC News that at least one person has been arrested in connection to the investigation into the death of Matthew Perry. That arrest was made in Southern California this morning, and the investigation into Perry's death, it has been ongoing since last year. Now, it's unclear who else could potentially be arrested and what those charges will look like, but we do know it's not uncommon for law enforcement to investigate the people who supplied the drugs that caused such a high-profile death. NBC News had previously reported that investigators were getting close to uncovering how Matthew Perry got a hold of such large amounts of ketamine before he died in October of 2023. The operation, part of a joint investigation with the LAPD, DEA, and U.S. Postal Inspection Service, is still unfolding. Perry was found unresponsive in a hot tub at his Pacific Palisades home last October. According to the LA County Medical Examiner, the 54-year-old died from the acute effects of ketamine, a powerful anesthetic approved by the FDA under doctor's supervision. Other contributing factors included drowning and coronary artery disease, as well as the effects of buprenorphine, a medication used to treat opioid use disorder. The autopsy report states Perry was on ketamine infusion therapy for depression and anxiety. A year before his death, the actor addressed his struggles with addiction and his relationship with ketamine in his memoir Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing.
Ketamine felt like a giant exhale. They'd bring me into a room, sit me down, put headphones on me so I could listen to music, blindfold me, and put an IV in.
But the autopsy report says that the ketamine in his system could not have been from his last therapy session, which was just a week and a half before he died, saying that the level found in his blood was equivalent to the amount used for general anesthesia. Now, in just a few hours, federal authorities will be holding a news conference, and we'll be learning more about this case and the investigation that led to this morning's arrest. And Craig, obviously, this is incredibly significant. And like I said, NBC News, we had previously reported that law enforcement officials were getting closer to figuring out who supplied, if it was one or many people, that supplied those large amounts of ketamine that ultimately resulted in Matthew Perry's death.
All right, Chloe Malas for us there in Los Angeles on this breaking news. And again, Chloe reporting that there will be a news conference a few hours from now. We should learn some more details as a result of that news conference. Of course, lots more information throughout the day on NBC News Now, our streaming network, and of course on MSNBC as well.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8.
There you go. Okay, to give you guys more details, authorities have arrested Jasmine Sangha and associated with the death of actor Matthew Perry. An 18-count new indictment says a 41-year-old woman gave ketamine to Matthew Perry in the weeks before he died at the age of 54. People in North Hollywood said that Sangha sold drugs to celebrities and was known as the ketamine queen because she was so busy. She was doing it. One count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine, keeping a drug involved in premises, possession with intent to distribute I think it's called methamphetamine, possession with intent to distribute ketamine, and 5 counts distribution of ketamine are among the charges against her. Police in Los Angeles called Sangha just hours after her post on social media about her new haircut and color. She also shared pictures from her expensive trips to Mexico and Japan. The tragic death of the actor in October 23 shocked the whole world. He's one of the cast members of Friends. On August 15, Sangha was one of the 4 people caught in the connection with the death. Now, text messages between the suspects show that Sangha was known in the community for her drug businesses, where she only dealt with high-end celebrities. The accusation calls her North Hollywood home the Sangha stash house, you guys. She was seriously just on the top of her game when it comes to drug dealing. Are you guys still with me? because I'm literally thinking about shutting down this whole live show for real. Some things are getting annoying, so let me know if you're still with me, because if you are, I continue on with the show. So let me know in the comment section, or I'll just go ahead and shut down the show for real. Alright, going once, going twice. Because I know my video is lagging or whatever. Who do I still have with me on the show? Because like I said, I'll shut down the show. I get tired of accusation. I'm actually thinking about shutting down this entire channel, to be honest. Take these live shows and put them on my Patreon. That's something I've been thinking about a lot. Too much hacking going on, and I'm getting very frustrated. Okay, well, I'm going to end the show because I don't know who's in and I don't have the patience to figure it out. So it's been real. I'm going to go ahead and delete this footage here, and then eventually I will probably go back and make it into individual videos or not. I really don't care. So talk to you guys later. Bye.